Hello students. After Diwali vacation, we are going to begin our syllabus for the first semester. And after the short break, you might have uh, rather get relaxed. But it is not the time to get relaxed. The business objective that we were studying in our last video lectures, and this is in continuation of that. As we have to understand that information, advice, instructions, and order are the business objectives. Along with that, persuasion is also one of the business objective. Persuasion is a kind of a skill that we most often see in around us. So far as the marketing executives, salesmen are using this technique to persuade the client to accept their products. And when we study the persuasion as a skill, it is also a skill of communication. So there are certain strategies that we need to adopt to persuade someone, and how to go about. So before persuasion, we should know there are basic qualifications or requirements that we must have. These requirements are is say to have a good communication skill, good mastery over language, at the same time the art of understanding the other mind, then to think always the positive side, and to sell the product. So these are the skill qualifications or requirements that any person should have. So when we are going about in the persuasion skill, we have to have these type of say requirements. As we know, the communication has grown in a lots of say extension and requirement. Every job we apply for requires good communication skill, and that is what we have to think persuasion skill in the line of that. So how to go about in the persuasion skill? So when we are dealing with the persuasion skill, we must have the basic criteria that are required for the persuasion skill. But first, let us get into the definition. As E. A. Russell and Beach, these are the experts in the communication skill. It's given persuasion as an effort to influence the attitudes, feelings, or beliefs of others, or to influence action based on those attitudes, feelings, or beliefs. So it's an effort to influence attitudes, feelings, and beliefs of others. The influence is aimed at of say attitude and feeling. So these are some basic points that are hinted at. Means it requires a communication skill. It is important for the internal management to persuade someone. There is a salesmanship as we have discussed. So these feelings are very important for the persuasion skill. The opinions, the ideas that we must deliver to someone by getting deeper at the other's mind, and then we have to deliver our opinion and thoughts. So, when we go about the art of persuasion, why it is so important? Why it has got so importance? Because in the business organizations, as we see, are having day to day actions and activities. There may be some persons who are not easy to deliver the message, not easy to deliver the orders. We can definitely persuade such a persons with the tactful use of this IDA formula. And it's an art, as we have seen, it's an art that we must adopt. So, in the IDA formula, we first need to analyze the situation, the entire situation, the information about the communication, information about the policy, the work, nature, scope, benefits, advantages, and disadvantages, and the practical knowledge, practical information about the policy or about the main central message is very much required. So, by analyzing the situation, we can go and find out the pitfalls, we can find out the better side, and we can definitely put the better side of the decision in front of all the members. If we feel that we can have delivery of advantages of taking such a decision, so positive sides or positive points should be highlighted, and it should be uh, brought in others' mind. So, by analyzing the situation, we can go about. Then we have to prepare the receiver, message receiver. We have to prepare him mentally, be ready, convince them, motivate them, the advantages and disadvantages, and we can bring the other receiver to our side so he may support, so he may express his opinion, and like this he will give the assent or consent. Then after he is ready, after he is thinking positive from your perspective, from your policy decision, then we can deliver the message. And after delivering the message, what needs to be done? We have to prompt him for the action. So, these are the basic things that we have to think about. It requires an IDA formula. A for attention. We have to bring his attention. Then we have to encourage and his interest so that he will look and listen carefully every delivery of your sentence and words. That will make you, help you to think in the positive perspective. D stands for desire. Then we have to create a kind of a desire in the other's mind. It's a salesmanship, as we say. And then we have to prompt for action. The A stands for action. So, like we have the business objective, that is, as we say, persuasion, and like this persuasion skill is very important one. Then the next business objective in the communication process is motivation. So, how to motivate? There are various areas by which we feel motivated. Of course, in today's world, the the security, the job opportunity, and salary, means money, are the motivating factors. Promotion, these are the motivating factors that we can encourage, that we can implement in the business organization, and employee will feel motivated. Now, Diwali. we have Diwali bonuses. So, if we have the Diwali bonuses policy, the employee will feel motivated to work very hard. So, there are so many other areas that we feel around us. Sometimes the good words, good quality words, taking others' opinion into consideration are motivating factors. So, we have motivation as one of the better so-called policy decision makers. Okay, so motivation is also one of the useful say business objective in the business communication. Goods and O'Donnell has termed this motivation as a general term applied to the intra-class of drivers, desires, needs, or similar type of forces. See, it's a general term which is applied to the entire class of drives. So we have the desires and needs or similar such kind of processes that we feel are encouraged in this thing. What is importance, as we know, the motivated employee will work very hard. The organizational efficiency of the employee will get motivated. At the same time, employee will feel that they have adequate use of say motivation to be fidelity with the organization. ज्यामुळे आपण म्हणतो कर्मचाऱ्यांची निष्ठा जी सातत्याने टिकून राहते त्या व्यावसायिक संघटनेशी ती मोटिवेशनमुळे शक्य होते. इट्स अन ॲसेट. मोटिवेटेड एम्प्लॉई असेल तर ते एक ॲसेट बनते का ती एम्प्लॉई त्या व्यावसायिक संघटनेची खरी प्रॉपर्टी आहे. बिकॉज मशीन्स कांट वर्क unless there is a human being. So efficiency is all dependent on human being. And it's as we know, money may be a motivating factor. So money makes the man go. Then we may have the job satisfaction, and that is also one of the motivating thing. If a certain person is engaged and interested in a particular job, so he may get the job satisfaction. So in such a way there will be the motivation, and this will be the proper factors for the motivation. Abraham Maslow, who has propounded, is a psychologist and professor in the university. Abraham Maslow, he has propounded the theory of hierarchy of human needs, and he has given what drives the man, what motivates the man or human being. Psychologically speaking, if the human being is satisfied with his fundamental needs, all his fundamental needs or basic needs are fulfilled, in such cases we have the motivated employee. So the fundamental needs to be fulfilled. What are these? As we know, food, shelter, and of course the security. That if these basic needs are fulfilled, even today the human being feels motivated. He moves up and goes into the psychological needs, and these psychological needs are to seek love, security, to get love from the members of the society, family, and others. So these are psychological needs, and these needs are fulfilled, then there are basic needs, and by having these needs fulfilled, the human being feels motivated. At last, we have at the peak is the meta needs or self actualization needs. Here, he tries to establish his social esteem. He understands his own capacity. He know his strength. He know his so what is in his power. He understands his own self, and at this stage the human being is at peak. So these needs are fulfilled, and these are the three layers of human needs that Abraham Maslow has put forth. So, what are these needs that we see? At the base, we have seen there are fundamental needs, and these fundamental needs are others physiological needs, and that is of human body: food, water, sleep. At the same time, sex is one of the physiological needs. Then we have safety needs. He needs security. So we have safety needs. Then we have the social needs. The social needs that he tries to fulfill are love, sense of belongingness, companionship. Then we have the esteem needs, means needs the self-respect, respect from others. He needs some kind of a so-called competence. He needs the appreciation for his work, and the at last at peak is realization of one's potential. So these drives are always been a part of these needs. Maslow's theory and business organization, so we can relate these two, and how the business organization can use this type of theory. Satisfaction could drive human employee. So every employee should get fundamental needs, psychological needs, and then he will feel motivated. The organization should see that needs are fulfilled. Means there is social security, job security, enough salary to earn his food and water. Appreciation for work. There should be the proper appreciation for the good work that is carried out by the members. So if these needs are fulfilled, employee will feel motivated. It should be in the presence of the colleague. Entrust with an assignment. We have to entrust the employee with the caliber, with the things that he wished to fulfill. So we have to give an assignment to the work. So we have to entrust that man with an assignment. Encourage to make suggestion. This is also one of the way by which we can feel the employees that are motivated. At the same time, superiors should listen to the juniors and their complaints, so we will have a very good kind of a companionship. Superiors should also juniors, and not just issue the orders, so it will encourage the employee. So with this we have these two type of so-called business objectives. So we have certain policies that determine the basic say basic things about the motivation behind the employee, and if this in a letter and spirit, in a free and fair and very honestly implemented in the business organization, we may have a very good working ambience there. So with these words we see these two business objectives in today's video lecture. For more, you can go into the notes that I shared with you. Thank you.